If you have ADHD or if you've been diagnosed with ADHD, chances are you have heard some of these at least once. And my God, aren't they fun? Number one, just follow a schedule. Yeah, I wish I could follow a schedule. It's just that I begin to write my schedule and then I get distracted by something else. Telling someone with ADHD to follow a schedule is just about the worst type of advice ever, because it just does not work for a lot of people with ADHD. Secondly, just try harder. Just try harder with what? What do you mean just try harder? That's like telling someone with double leg amputation to just run faster. It just doesn't work that way. I can't just flip a switch in my brain or just decide to try harder or to do better or anything like that, right? I wish, God, look, my normal is already me trying harder because I need to try and fit into a neurotypical world where everything seems completely impossible without medication, without support, without professional help. And now I'm being told to try harder? Someone's having a club party in their car outside. I'm sorry. Number three, you're just lazy. Me being unable to do certain things the way that neurotypical people can doesn't make me lazy. In fact, it doesn't make me lazy at all. It means I'm working way, way harder than the average person to get what I need to do done. Does that make sense? I think it does. If you're not medicated, you know it's absolute hell. There's no such thing as you're just lazy. I actually read a fairly cool quote online once which said, if you're lazy, then you're actually enjoying what you're doing. ADHD people are not enjoying being unable to do things. So, no, it's not laziness, alright? Everyone's a little ADHD. Oh my God. Dude, every time I hear this, I just want to lose my mind because I don't think people understand how difficult it can be to live with ADHD, especially if it's undiagnosed, especially if it's not medicated. Either you have ADHD or you don't. That's just how it, there's no such thing as everyone's a little ADHD. ADHD doesn't just mean you get distracted easily, right? You know that dog on the movie Up that just goes, squirrel? That's not necessarily ADHD, that's just getting distracted real easily about something that you like. My ADHD is a billion thoughts in my head at once, and when I try to do something, I can get everything ready and then I get distracted by everything else. There's one video on Instagram that I saw of this guy. He said, day one of taking my ADHD medication. So he checks out the packet, he takes out a pill of his, he puts it down, he's like, oh, I need water. So he turns around, pours himself a glass of water, gets distracted by chores, doing the trash, walking outside, doing some vacuuming and sweeping and whatnot. And only then he's like, oh yes, I need to take my meds, right? So yeah, this whole thing of everyone's a little ADHD, it drives me absolutely nuts because goddamn. I actually have a friend who's also ADHD, and he started off with medication. I'm not sure what he's on, but he actually said, you know, when the ADHD medication started kicking in, I actually started crying because I was like, damn, this is what it's like to be able to focus on my work. He works in a scientific field. I think he's in molecular biology or something like that. And he just said it was absolutely bizarre. I mean, to me, it just feels like I'm so calm, like I can actually focus what I need to focus on. I get stuff done now that I'm on medication. So, yeah, no. You being a little hyperactive, being a little happy, being a little distracted, it's not the same. Believe me, it's not the same. Number 5, it's just bad parenting. Okay, I do somewhat understand this reasoning, but it's also very ignorant because not all kids have ADHD just because they run around and are little goblins who can't sit still, right? Maybe they're just bored, maybe they're just playful, maybe they're just excited to see their friends or to do something that they like. No, being unable to get your kid to sit still or to focus on things, that's not bad parenting, right? You can have the most amazing parents in the world. I know I have. But I still can't focus worth shit if I'm not medicated. It has nothing to do with my parents. Number 6, you will grow out of it. Now this one's a little odd. See, I can understand if it's someone who got misdiagnosed with ADHD and it's actually something else, or if it's someone who just believes that they have ADHD and somewhere along the lines, or when they're a bit older, they realize, well, actually, I was wrong about this. I did believe that these are my answers, but turns out it's not. Then I get it. But people with ADHD, they don't just grow out of it. I wish. I mean, I'm 30 this year, man. Like, I wish I could just grow out of my ADHD, but it doesn't work that way. Number 7, just eat better and cut sugar out of your diet. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Me eating sugar doesn't make me hyperactive, right? Not sponsored, but like if I drink Coke or any type of soda or anything like that, it doesn't make me hyperactive at all. Sugar doesn't make me hyperactive, okay? This whole thing of like, oh, you are eating too much sugar and that's why you have ADHD. That's not how it works, all right? I can eat the most bland, boring, fucking vegetable-packed diet ever, and I'd still have ADHD. I still wouldn't be able to focus. So no, cutting sugar out of my diet definitely will not do shit. Number 8, have you tried natural medication first? Look, I can ramble about the alternative medical field for ages. I'm not a big fan. In fact, I actually despise the alternative medical field. If you don't, to each their own, you're welcome to not despise it. I do. At the end of the day, I'm not going to take some natural herb or some natural remedy or whatnot to cure something that very specifically needs a scientifically developed medication to help me, right? It just doesn't work that way, okay? I can't just go out and eat mushrooms or plants or ferns or pine cones or whatever it is you guys eat. It doesn't work that way. It's not gonna cure my ADHD. It's not gonna lessen it or suppress it or anything like that. The reason I take my medication is because it was tested and it took a few years to develop, and then it was researched to find that it was good. All right, there's a lot of data out there about ADHD medication. It helps lower crime, it helps prevent accidents on the road that causes death, it helps prevent other mental issues, personality disorders. It helps with so much. Number 9, meds will make you addicted. Look, that's again a complete bullshit claim, because it depends on the individual whether they have an addictive personality and what they are on. I myself take atomoxetine. It's non-addictive and it helps me fantastically. My medication isn't addictive. It actually helps me quite a lot. I can understand if someone's an addict and they used to use medication, like crush it up, snort it, and that's what some of them do, and then they get placed on that medication again, right? But that is up to the patient to tell their healthcare provider that they cannot be on anything that's addictive because they have an addictive personality. They are an addict, right? So stuff like Ritalin, for example, okay? Chances are that the medication that your doctor will place you on, or your psychiatrist or whoever you're seeing, will not be addictive if they know and they have a good history of their patient. Number 10, hyperfocus means it's not real ADHD. I don't know where this comes from. I really don't, because hyperfocus is exactly that. It is a neurodivergent thing, right? People with autism can hyperfocus, people with ADHD can hyperfocus. The difference is that if it's something that bores us, we're not gonna give a damn. If it's something we're interested in, by all means, then we will love it. I keep thinking about that video where this one kid is placed in front of a computer and he has to watch a video on math. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm someone who doesn't like math. I'm horrible at it. I find it completely boring. That kid couldn't sit still. He kept swirling in his chair and he was like, oh my god, this is incredibly boring. Second video shows him watching a video on Minecraft. I believe it was Minecraft, correct me if I'm wrong. And he was simply hyper-focused on it. Why? Because it's something he's interested in. Look, at the end of the day, school is an absolute nightmare for a lot of us because we're forced to sit through the most mind-numbingly boring subjects in the goddamn world. I had a lot of trouble focusing on subjects that I just did not give a damn about. And I always felt tired. I always felt like I could just fall asleep and like I just wanted to do literally anything else than be in that classroom. Hyperfocus relates to something that we are interested in. The least people can do is a simple Google search. A simple Google search will help you understand all of this. At the end of the day, there really is no excuse for people being ignorant other than them being taught these things from someone else who didn't know any better either. You know, if you are someone who has heard these excuses or these responses or just these ignorant ways of thinking about ADHD, I get you. And I'm so sorry that you had to hear it. I did too. But look, it doesn't matter what people believe about us at the end of the day, right? As long as we understand what it's really like, as long as we understand the research and the science behind it, and we know that there are people, professionals, actually educated professionals who want to help us, right? So ignore it. Don't engage with these people. Some of them really just do want attention. Some of them just want to be correct. Okay, and they will fight until the ends of the earth, until the end of the universe if it gets to that point. And it doesn't matter what you say. You can literally inject the research into their heads and they will still fight against it. Ignore it. It's not worth it. Focus on yourself. Right, that is it from my end. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please feel free to subscribe. I would appreciate it a whole lot. So take care of yourselves, because you matter in this world, and don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise, because they are lying. All right, take care. Peace.